Still, Wayne, you're still, I could see you counting.
And we're clear.
And we're clear. All right. Yeah. Little Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Wayne's World for the listeners here. Welcome to the podcast. The average, well, no, we're not going to say that yet. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Jaaron, as always. I have one of my good friends, Zach.
That's me.
That's you. Is that really your name? Or are you just saying that because you see a lamp in the room here? My name is Lamp. I'm Lamp. I have to say something to the microphone. For our first-time listeners, this is a terrible podcast to start because this is our season 1 recap. So we are not going to be doing any rankings today. We are just going to be talking a little bit about how many did we do? 15 podcasts?
We did 13, but I did that
13.
one solo one. We've recorded them because, if you want to count the practice ones, we've only aired 13 of them.
13. Are you Harrison Ford? You did solo? No.
I did. Yeah, he wasn't in that one.
Well, normally we would introduce a bunch of movies that we would rank according to Zach's categories. On today's pod, we're just going to recap our first season of the Average Jives. We don't claim to be very smart people. We're not movie critics. We are just a couple of high school friends who like talking about movies, and we have this pod. And I got to say, it was a pretty successful first season, in my opinion.
Yeah, we had fun. It's kind of the main thing for the first season,
And for our close personal friends that are listening, I hope you've watched a couple of movies that you've never seen. I hope you have yelled at your dashboard when you've been listening to us at the car. I hope you've laughed. I hope you've cried a little bit. Maybe we've introduced some emotions that you didn't know you had inside you, Tony Cox.
Or we were just so bad that you just felt bad for us. So you shed a couple of sympathy tears.
These guys should just stick to their fucking jobs.
Stick to your regular jobs.
What are you guys doing? Yeah. So on today's podcast, like I said, we're just going to recap kind of we're not going to go through every podcast we did, but we're just going to hit some highlights and review a couple of notes that Zach and I have taken over the inaugural season of the Average Jives. And Zach, I'm not sure where you want to start. Do you want to start us off? What do you want to talk about
first? The first piece that I wrote on my notes was just, what was your favorite episode?
Oh, my favorite one. Well, obviously my favorite one is Scorsese, right?
Okay.
That's my all-time favorite director. I spent a lot of time talking on that pod. I think that was the longest one we'd had. But I think the pod that flowed the best and that we had the most kind of chemistry and we kind of found our groove in was the Hitchcock.
It was pretty good, yeah. I had that at number 1, but I actually really enjoyed recording the 90s No Oscars pod too. That actually was that was pretty smooth. That came under, I barely had to edit that one. There was no freaking sidestepping or anything in these long conversations about each individual movies, which you and I, most of the movies on that list were rewatchables, big rewatchables for us. So I was surprised that we didn't break down each film more. It was basically the way the podcast is supposed to be set up is you just, hey, this is what I liked about it. This is you just have to justify where it's at in the rankings.
And then move on.
I didn't like, so usually from 10 through 7, we usually basically say what we don't like about it, the flaws in the movies that we saw. And for that particular pod from 6 to 1 was I've rewatched most of those movies 1,000 fucking times. So I'm surprised it was so smooth, I guess.
And what was that? That was our last one? Our second to last?
Yeah, that was our last recording. One. Yeah, that was the last recording. Not the the last one that aired, but
and I think at that point, we've kind of refined our craft. If I could say that, if our listeners think different, obviously go fuck yourself. but I think the first couple of pods we did were pretty raw. We had a lot of we had a lot of dead air. neither of us are really pushing the pod forward, and like you said, we spent a lot of time talking about the movies when really, for our listeners' sake, we just need to get through and give our opinions. We don't need to go through every shot and every frame of every movie and
Right.
why. Obviously, it's important in some shots, and especially the Hitchcock one. I think we spent a decent amount of time on our favorite shots of his, especially me on Rope. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I think
it's hard not to when you're passionate about a movie, and it was hard for me. Well, I mean, I said it in the '90s Oscar winner, the Best Picture winners, that like I almost think every shot in Schindler's List is incredible and it's
I knew
almost
I
perfect.
knew you're gonna
But
bring up this. Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
but yeah, I was refraining myself to keep it a shorter pod, which that was actually our second longest pod, our second longest
Well,
episode. So
but I think it was that was also one of the best. Again, because we kind of refined our format and talking, and of course, I actually have it right here in front of me: Shakespeare in Love, English Patient, American Beauty, Dances with Wolves, Forrest Gump, Unforgiven,
mhm,
Titanic,
mhm,
Braveheart, Silence of
right.
the Lambs, Schindler's List. I mean, these are all fucking great movies. So and again, I think I mentioned this in the pod. Like, I didn't watch all of Shakespeare in Love because it was so goddamn boring. But
you openly,
I tried, Zach.
you openly admitted that, didn't you? Well, didn't you say you fell asleep like twice during
Yeah,
Thin Red
I mean, I
Line? And I
tried.
was like,
It's
yeah, I
just,
tried.
I don't know. I love
Oh
Gwyneth,
crap!
but Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Well, and
actually,
then
we
you know,
disagreed on that one because I had the opposite. Like, I hated the English Patient, but I didn't mind.
well, that was
I tried to not be so
well,
objective because I'm such a big Saving Private Ryan fan, and I've always like held a grudge against Shakespeare in Love for winning. So I tried to watching Shakespeare in Love. I was like, all right, don't think about Saving Private Ryan, just watch it for the movie. And I didn't. It's not a great movie by any means, but Shakespeare in Love isn't as terrible as I think you believe it is. But
I mean, I fell asleep twice, so
oh, you were tired. Well,
a long day of doing nothing.
Captain Obvious over here.
No, I mean, the English Patient. I thought I was gonna hate it, and I mean, it's an epic. It's damn near 3 hours long, but it kind of keeps you enthralled. You got Voldemort or whatever he played in fucking
Ralph.
Harry Potter or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
his name, bro.
you brought up the '90s non-Oscars, and for those listeners who have actually listened to our '90s non-Oscar winning pod, there's a little bit of a break because my jive ass um, thought I had selected the movie Seven, when Zach actually thought I had selected A Few Good Men,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
actually would have been a good segue because I think Rob Reiner had just
He had
been
just been
murdered
murdered. Yeah,
like
yeah.
right then. So it would have been. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't have spent a lot of time on that because we're not investigative reporters or anything.
Be pretty cool if we
But
were.
I do want to touch on A Few Good Men is one of my favorite movies. I think in like third grade, Mrs. Menaw, Tony, Tony Cox, maybe you can comment.
Tony
I think it was
Maximus. Yeah,
Mrs.
yeah.
Menaw asked us to do like an essay, and I actually just wrote down the entire exchange between Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson at the very end. You can't handle the truth. And I remember she like gave me a good grade, and then after she passed all out and the class was over, she like pulled me aside. She's like, "You watch this movie? Is that appropriate for you?" Like, you, Lieutenant Weinberg. So that was one that we kind of left off the list, even though Zach and I think that was the second one I kind of fucked up, where I told Zach that I had a movie on the list, and then I changed it without telling him. What was the first one?
You put Christmas Vacation on your top
Chris,
10.
yeah,
Yeah,
Chris.
your top 10 greatest comedies, but it was supposed to be Blazing Saddles.
Right.
That
Well,
would, that
and
would
then
have been a good
speaking of comedies, Super Troopers should have been in the top five.
No, give me a break, man. I freaking blow my
I
damn
literally wrote in
brain
my
out.
notes, "Ha ha ha! Super
Just
Troopers should have been higher." LOL.
piss Zach off. Yeah, there
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
Just mention it every pod. I think I've mentioned it every pod since that podcast.
Oh, dude, I hate
Another
that movie
one,
so much.
that we've already mentioned that I want to bring up is during the Scorsese pod. You and I kind of talked about this at length after we were done recording is maybe we could have put Gangs of New York there again. The third Tony Cox shout out. Damn.
The thing is though, like your list was you, like totally you, like the one
Yeah.
that I think we were just exchanging texts one day, and I was like, God damn it, man! Like I should have put Gangs of New York instead of Mean Streets, and that's what I have in my notes is that I through ever since I saw Mean Streets and Taxi Driver, which was around the same time, I remember walking away from it and saying, "Oh man, I liked Mean Streets better. I think that's a better movie." But of course, I was 15 years ago, so it's like
15.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, how
20?
old am I? Yeah, dude.
20
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, I went through no.
We're old, Zach.
No, fuck we are. Yeah. Not quite 20 years, but
yeah, no, but I mean Mean Streets is kind of what catapulted Scorsese into
it did.
wow, this
I
is
mean
actually
that's
a legitimate, and then Robert De Niro obviously playing Johnny Boy.
which we both hated. We both hated the Johnny Boy character, but
He's just so fucking annoying, dude. He's just such a fucking woe is me kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have, but then again, if we left it off, it's like, hey, what about the movie that kind of made Scorsese a famous director, like Mean Streets? So
we talked about it. So we talked about that.
and I mean, and you can't really take anything else off. I mean, maybe Color Money.
Yeah, but you love that movie so much, man.
I fucking love that movie, dude. I've seen that movie 100 times.
When you mention it being Scorsese your favorite, your favorite episode, that was actually like my least favorite, to be honest with you, because how much of a pain in the ass it was to edit and stuff, and we went on way too many freaking rants on particular movies. Like Color of Money was one of them, dude. You talked about Color of Money for 15 minutes, and I tried
and it's number 10.
Dude, you remember? I was like, so where do you have it? At 9? And then you just kept going, bro. So I was like, dude, what the fuck?
It's such an entertaining movie. Is it a great movie? No, it's kind of one of his worst, right? Like, I mean, Cruise and Newman, obviously, it's kind of like passing the torch. Okay, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. It's exactly what I said during the pod. If you're interested in The Color of Money, you should listen to our podcast. It's Martin Scorsese's best. I go off, obviously, like Zach said, on The Color of Money a while. It's an entertaining movie. Is it one of his best? No. Obviously, we had Goodfellas at number 1.
The Hustler's better, so watch that one if you're going to watch. That's not a Scorsese movie, but it's one of Newman's best movies.
No, I'm just saying, that's true. And it's a faux sequel. Okay, we're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah, we can't keep doing this.
I'll talk about the last shot where it's all mirrors and you can't see the camera. How the fuck do you do that?
And I'm not impressed because Wells used to do that, bro. I don't know how they do it, but they just do it.
Yeah, it's Scorsese, dude. He's a magician at times. Okay, moving on. The next thing in my notes is the Street Pod, which I enjoyed, but
the which one? I didn't hear you.
Meryl Streep.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Interesting.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching Sophie's Choice and Kramer versus Kramer, and
that was definitely an episode where, like, I had only seen Kramer versus Kramer and River Wild. The other ones I hadn't seen, so that was hands down like the most refreshing, I guess, because I like watching movies I've never seen. Obviously, normally I stick to more of the classic movies nowadays, but it was nice.
And again, like you and I have said, that's kind of the, not the essential, but it's kind of the purpose of the pod, right? We want to watch movies we've never seen. I want to watch movies that you love that I've never seen. I want you to watch movies that I love that you've never seen. And obviously, we want our listeners to, if they're movie fans, hey, there's a lot of fucking good movies out there. And Zach and I know, some of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
but I did write down a couple of movies that we left off the list. I mean, she's the GOAT. So, we left off Mamma Mia, the Manchurian Candidate, which I thought she played a really good, like, bad guy. She's like the bad guy there, yeah.
Angela Lansbury was better, but again, that's whatever, difference of opinion. But
and again, we went over that movie, and it was way ahead of its time. We're talking about Meryl Streep, Zach.
Sorry, you're right.
Julie and Julia, Lions for Lambs, which I think I need to revisit that movie.
That didn't get very good reviews, but I didn't hate it. There was, I
Yeah, no,
mean, Robert Redford directed it. He starred in it, obviously, but yeah, that was one you could tell had some tacky moments, but for the most part, I didn't think it was that bad. But
well, and she had some chops in it, as she always does,
mhm,
obviously.
mhm.
Hours, which I think you, no, it was Doubt that you thought I was going to put on my list.
I thought you were going to put both of them. Well, I thought you would probably put Doubt, but one of the things you said via text was that I took all of her good movies, and I was like, dude, what the
Yeah, you
fuck
did.
ever, man? She's got a lot of good movies, man. I mean,
She does.
I took a couple of them, but
I mean, I got Devil Wears Prada, so number one. Shut up.
yeah, yeah. It didn't none in number one, but in yeah, whatever.
Well, there's a sequel coming out this year, 2026. Zach, I'm sure you're going to see it in theaters.
I'm
The Hours, Doubt, Death Becomes Her, which is kind of a satire. I don't think I've ever seen.
no.
Yeah, I think it's like a satire. She dies or something. I'll IMDb it later. And then the one movie that my boss actually mentioned when I said I was doing Meryl Streep, he's like, it's like one of the most confusing titles. It's like the lieutenant mother's wife's daughter Frencher or something. And actually, it's the French lieutenant's woman.
Oh,
So
huh.
he wasn't far off, but I mean, apparently that's a good movie. So, obviously Meryl Streep has a ton of fucking credits to her name. She's the goat of actresses. I don't know.
Yeah, you can
Al
say actors.
Pacino, Robert De Niro. Um, and then I got a couple more points here. But what do you have in your in your notes?
I already mentioned the '90s no Oscars is actually one of mine, but also the Hitchcock. The Hitchcock one's one of my favorites as well as yours. So, and we basically covered that. I
Yeah, I think we
but
just flipped.
as far as a list that I think we got right, I think it was Denzel. I think we
Mm.
got the Denzel Washington list pretty damn close to. Yeah, I don't think outsiders would have listened to that list and be like, "No, that's terrible. This movie needs to go here." I think we got the top three, especially the top three. I believe.
The top trees. So for those listeners who haven't heard that, Training Day number one, Malcolm X two, Glory number three. Yeah, no, I'm out of time. Should have been like number two, but whatever.
Shit, God. Another yeah, that's you get a Super Troopers movie
I,
every episode. You get that one movie that
I got
like
that one, Color of Money, Out of
one.
Time, Super Troopers, like
But what? Yeah, what
River
do you say?
Wild.
One of these things is not like the others.
Yeah, exactly.
Whole dude.
No, I agree. I mean, I think we nailed that. Again, listeners can let us know if they disagree. We'll ignore you. But
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was good. I think having Philadelphia at 9.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
because
more
we
of a,
talked
is
about
that
that.
more of
Because
a Tom Hanks movie or is that more of a
oh,
Denzel?
absolutely. It's like
Like,
I mean, he won the Oscar for it, But I think that wasn't that the main reason we kept it so low. But I guess
yeah,
I remember telling my dad about it, and he was like, "Man, I'd have Philadelphia higher." And then the next day, I was like, "I don't know, where the fuck would we have put it?" And yeah,
yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna
you
put
said.
it
I mean,
above Man of Fire, above Remember the
yeah,
Titans,
yeah, that's yeah.
like,
So
and Fences again. Just
you like that? You like that?
I actually I fucking really like that movie. I thought it was great. And then, okay, we got to talk about it a little bit because I think we need to redo this pod. We need to redo this list of child live action.
You want to redo it or
I want to
re-rank them?
redo it because Willow and Robin Hood should not be on the list, Zach.
They absolutely should be. God, Willow is on Disney Plus. I watched it when I was a
That's
kid.
because it was
And
produced by Disney.
exactly. So it's a kids movie. It's
Exactly.
intended for kids. Come on. And we don't even
Ah,
know because I think one of our arguments was that the baby was going to die. I don't
the
think
fucking
so.
there's a
I
baby
think
that
that.
dies within the first 5 minutes, Zach.
Well, no, no, they don't. No, they're just trying to find the baby. That's because the witch
Kidnapped.
has to perform the spell on him in order to like take the spirit away. Oh God, now I'm blanking. Kind of
Yeah,
like the
this was your choice.
the prophecy, the spell, whatever, had to be lifted from the child so the
Yeah,
queen could remain the ruler. We
and
didn't know she
the
was going to kill
entire
the baby though.
the entire movie, yeah, is based around this queen wants to kill a baby. That's not very childlike. I mean, Homeward Bound should have been number one.
Oh, please. That one should. Yeah, you're talking about two movies that shouldn't be on the list. In fact, the two movies you just mentioned are probably the two best made movies on that list.
Oh,
Next to
but Robin Hood, Prince of
Jurassic
Thieves is
Park.
not a child movie. Just
Jurassic
because you
Park is a
watched it in your childhood.
yeah, but that was your only justification for it was that you didn't watch it when you were a kid, and that's not good enough. Like the whole
Who?
idea of the movie, which ones were the best, and these were the best.
Morgan Freeman watches a guy get his fucking hand chopped off in the first scene of Prince of Thieves, and Kevin Costner's accent is terrible.
That's why he gets rid of it.
That's why he gave
He
up on
throws
it
it
halfway
away.
through the film.
Should we reshoot? Ah, fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah. I just got done doing Dances with
Let's
Wolves. I'm not into it. I think I'm good. Just give me my 20 million.
yeah.
Okay,
But
we're gonna revisit that later. The next one I have comedy. You know, we did 20 of them. I mean, goddamn, we could probably do another 20.
oh, absolutely. I was thinking next year doing a 80s comedy, and it would be okay if for whatever 80s movies we took from those and reused them because
Well, good.
the 80s wasn't a great year for movies in general, but there were some classic comedies that came out in the 80s.
Yeah, the toy.
Yeah, The Toy, of course. That was the first one I thought of.
Duh. And that's what I have written in my notes here. It's excuse me. Comedy we could redo, and we can almost just go by decade
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you kind of, I mean, the Apatovian era, 2000s. Will Ferrell, we had a broad. Granted, we did do 20. We normally do 10. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah.
so we did kind of broaden our horizons, but it just there's so many comedies, and I know you heard from some people. I heard from some people. It's like, how could you not put this comedy on? How could you not put that? You know how many comedy movies have been made
Hmm.
on Earth?
Yeah.
There's too many. So maybe we can revisit that next season and kind of do 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then comedy kind of died in 2012 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then the other one I thought was kind of the most interesting that we did. It was unlike any other one. Was the Michael Kirk Douglas?
Yeah, when you were talking about Meryl and how like we introduced movies that we hadn't seen, that was part of my motivation for the Michael and Kirk Douglas episodes because I've been meaning to watch more Michael Douglas movies for years, but I always put it aside and either rewatch something else or maybe something else comes up that I might think I like more. So I watched that. So
Yeah,
and you
and,
you always knew that I was a Kirk Douglas fan. So
exactly. And I love Michael Douglas, so it was kind of kismet that you pick that. And
it worked
hold on,
out all
real
right.
quick. I'm just gonna IMDb. I think Black Rain we left off, and I think Bill Simmons actually just mentioned this on the most recent rewatchables. I was just kind of a throwaway thing where it's like this is kind of a ridiculous movie where you can almost laugh at, but it's
Yeah,
entertaining.
yeah,
And we could have put that on there. And I mean, I just thought that was the most interesting pod where, like you said, we kind of introduced different movies to. Obviously, you introduced, I think, other than Spartacus, four four movies of Kirk Douglas that I'd never seen. I really enjoyed a lot of them.
yeah.
So I
And then
think,
one of the ones that I had on the list was Detective Story, and I even said that in the
mm,
episode was it was either that or 7 Days in May, and 7 Days in May is a freaking incredible movie that hopefully if it's streaming sometime you should watch it. But the whole
is it,
reason I
is it a
put
war movie?
I mean it's I mean it's a conspiracy movie. We covered it during the
Oh yeah,
conspiracy
yeah,
pod,
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
the practice pod. Yeah,
That's right.
but
That's right. But I thought, I kind of thought that was the most interesting pod because it was kind of different than all the
mhm,
others. Obviously, we have certain categories that we do, and this was, and we focused on the movie and not the performance. And
right,
I don't know
right.
how many father son I mean, honestly, I can't think of any other father-son
The the,
actor.
the, the pressure's on right now, so it's
Yeah.
hard
Well, let's
to
do
think when we're
Joan
recording.
Cusack and
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
fuck, what
God,
is
I
his name?
mean, yeah.
The brother Cusack. Um, Hot Tub Time Machine. So I mean, maybe we can revisit that kind of format for one of them next season because I thought that was interesting. Again, one of my favorite actors, one of your favorite actors, introduced a couple of movies, but maybe we could actually kind of focus on the the performance of the actor that we're actually talking about instead of the movie as a whole,
Yeah,
or
yeah, we
or
can
not.
try
You're the producer. You fucking decide anything you want.
that. I already got our lineup set for next year, so we'll
Oh, are
be.
you gonna give a teaser?
Well, I was gonna bring up on air. I was gonna bring up the only movie I I'm gonna request that you watch during the off season is the original Mad Max, the very first Mel
Mel.
Gibson's big rise. It was his breakout
Mhm.
role because the very first episode is going to be the best sequels. Season two sequels. Come on, I figured
I mean,
that's
can we?
it
Is
jives.
Godfather 2 in there? Can we? Since we already covered it in the
Oh,
70s,
what's up?
can we do Godfather 2? Is that going to be in there,
Yeah,
or
that'll be
we
fine.
already?
Yeah, because
I mean, we already covered it in the 70s pod.
yeah, but I mean, my rule was it would be okay between seasons. New season,
Okay.
we can cover it again.
Okay.
Come on,
Well,
dude. You think we were only going to cover Heat once? Come on. That wasn't going to happen.
no, we're not. Michael
Yeah,
Mann
Heat was.
movies.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, I don't know. It would be Bobby D for sure, but I don't know if we'll ever
Well, and I
cover
mean,
Michael Mann. But
well, that's true too. And yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I'm take care of it. He speaks like 7 words of English in that entire movie.
yeah,
Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, for those listening, Godfather 2 is going to be number one in that podcast because, well, I mean, one of
we
the
can make
greatest films of all
assumptions if you
time. I know
want.
Zach will
Yeah.
disagree with me.
Well, you just know how I feel about the comparison between one. I just don't even think two holds a candle to one. But we talked about that in the '70s pod, so yeah,
Should we litigate again right now? Should we do it?
do it. No, no, we need to save. Yeah, just
I know,
in case
I know, I know,
people.
I know.
Yeah, in case some jive turkeys don't want to listen to the season and just want to listen to the recap. We don't want to spoil it. Like, hey,
No, yeah,
motherfuckers, you
yeah,
need to
we can't do
listen to
that.
it.
And then maybe we'll get, for next season, maybe we'll get Quentin Tarantino's 10th movie, and we could do a Tarantino. Maybe.
That
Fucking
kind
A.
of leaves. I mean, yeah, I suppose. I was going to say for the '90s Best Picture winners, it was like obvious what movies were going to be on the list, and I kind of like that element of surprise, I guess, for the episodes. But it's all right.
It's all good, is what you say.
Yeah.
I the only other notes that I have for tonight's recap is, again, I just want to revisit my favorite podcast was Hitchcock, and I have written here in parentheses, will anyone listen? I don't think anyone's listened to it. It's one of the best ones.
Which one? The Hitch?
Yeah,
I
Hitchcock.
mean, it's got decent, not a shitload of listeners, but I mean, we haven't really done anything to expand the pod on a grand scale. We're just keeping it simple because you and I discussed it. We want to have some rounds in the chamber before we did anything, no, overzealous, I guess.
Oh, I'm
To
newly single. I got rounds, baby.
yeah, but I mean, just we just wanted to get more episodes recorded before we start hiring like freaking marketing people or pouring thousands of dollars into advertisements and shit.
I mean,
So,
I got MGM Paramount on speed dial.
oh, nice, yeah, yeah. I'm sure you do, you motherfucker. But
Yeah, I mean, in our first season, we left out. I don't know if the right phrase is left out a lot of good movies, but I mean, obviously, you have over 100 categories that we're planning on doing. So if you didn't hear
I
one of
think I
your
got
favorite
50.
movies,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to it. Just be patient with us.
But what I had something else I was going to ask because I didn't send this one on the text. Do you have any movies that we've covered over season 1 that you've grown to love even more or just grown to love since the podcast started?
Ooh, what a great, yeah. You should have prepared me for this. English Patient for sure.
Oh wow.
No, no, I'm just joking. I think I honestly I think the one movie that you and I have revisited many times through text, Spinal Tap.
Yeah, that was the one on my list.
I mean, seriously, I had never seen it before, and that goddamn that pod that we did, that was fucking hilarious.
Dude, we didn't even like cover that till the end. Like that whole yeah, I was crying laughing at the end of that when we covered it, or we had stopped recording it by then. But dude, yeah, that was
We
oh,
just kind of went on and on.
I just rewatched it not long ago, like last week, and freaking dude, you find something different to laugh
Still
about every
funny.
time because
Can you
this
print that?
this this last time when they made the 14-inch Stonehenge. And during the performance and shit, like they had the midgets dancing around it to make it appear.
Dwarves, Zach,
Oh,
dwarves. We don't want
sorry,
to get
whatever.
canceled already.
But at the end of it, they're like, and Ian's he of course he's the freaking he's always has something positive to say. The half glass, the glass half full type of guy, and they were they're like, you think that was a joke? People were the audience was laughing, and he goes, "Oh, good, we made a comedy number. That's good."
there's so, there's so many like just off like one-off lines in that entire movie.
And then when Ian leaves or quits the band, the Derek Smalls, the bassist, the guy that does like the Simpson voices, he just raises his hands and goes, "May I ask a practical question? Uh, Are we doing Stonehenge tomorrow?" No, we're not doing fucking Stonehenge.
Can you print that? Or what's he say at the beginning? It's like, are you allowed to say that?
Shit sandwich.
And
You
it's
can't
like,
even say that. You can't print that.
like, yeah, we actually don't know how he died. Our third drummer.
You were the one that was like, yeah, because I'm sure grieving family members and friends don't want anybody to solve the crime. He's like, they just said it's just best left
it's
unsolved.
best unsolved. It's best to leave unsolved. Yeah, I think that movie is the one I appreciated the most. I mean, I'd seen a major. I mean, I'd probably seen like 65% of the movies that we covered, and then, you know,
Yeah,
we had to watch a couple for the first time. That was a movie I'd never seen before. Obviously, movie fans, especially satire movie fans, have at least heard of it, maybe not seen it, but watched it for the first time. It's just so fucking ridiculous. I was watching it at work, honestly, and I have my
oh
headphones, and
nice.
I'm just like giggling, and my boss is like, "What the fuck are you laughing at?"
Like they've had like 30 drummers that have died and stuff.
Exactly.
He died in a mysterious gardening accident.
Gardening.
And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, he was like the official report was he choked on vomit. And it was someone else's vomit.
Exactly. Not his own. And again, that's a good segue into Rob Reiner. Shout out Rob Reiner,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah.
One of my favorite. uh, yeah, he's Castle Rock, Seinfeld, all that good shit. He did a tremendous amount for Hollywood, and
Mm-hmm. He was, he was, he was,
Spinal Tap, it's fucking
yeah. I
great.
mean, he didn't really have like a particular genre that he covered. Like he
No, and
didn't
I
have like,
think
a certain
we kind
style
of
or
talked about
anything.
this. We covered one of his movies where it's like A Few Good Men, Misery, and Princess
The
Bride. I
Princess
think we
Bride.
kind of
Yep,
talked about.
yep.
Yeah, and Spinal Tap, and he does the cameo in Wolf of Wall Street, and I mean, it's just, I think we're probably riffing off
Stand By
smarter
Me.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that too. Yeah, we're kind of riffing off smarter people who've talked about this, but you can't really watch a Rob Reiner movie and say, "Oh, this is one of his."
Yeah, yeah.
This is his style or anything. All of his movies were so different, and they're all fucking great. Obviously, I can't name every single one. I'm sure there are some bad ones in there, but
Yeah.
yeah, some of the best. And hopefully, we cover Misery at some point. I don't know where
Dude, my
with
buddy
that.
at work, Jeff Linscomb, he just commented on. He was the one. He commented on the Our Childhood podcast and said it was a federal offense to have Willow at 9. That was his comment on Spotify. And
Yeah, it
he
should be like 43 or something.
no, never. Should be number 2. Should be number 2.
Number 2. Oh my god, that
But
dude needs to have his head
he,
examined.
well, then I need to have my head examined too, because
I agree.
dude, we know what we're talking about, man. We're not barbarians here.
Willow
We're just,
is a fucking terribly made movie. It's dumb. Val
you
Kilmer,
don't know
terrible
what
fucking
you're
acting in
talking
it.
about. Whatever, man. It was his breakout role after Top Gun, and it's
A
just
breakout role after Top Gun. What are you even saying right now,
George Lucas. I mean, come on, man. Ron Howard directed it. It was too good to be true. I mean, it's a cult classic now. Yeah.
Ron.
But another to go back
I want people, whoever's listening to this now, 37-minute podcast, if you've seen Willow, please comment. If you have not, please go watch it and
dude,
back
I'm
me up
telling
here.
you, man, it is a beloved movie. I think you're going to be pretty disappointed, man, when
they're coming down the mountain on the sled and they can't steer it at all, but yet they're like dodging rocks and shit.
Oh,
What the fuck are we doing,
bro? Come on,
what are we doing here? And Val Kilmer's
what,
holding the baby. That baby would have. You have to support a baby's head, Zach.
it's just supposed to be fun. Come on, man. That's why it's a childhood movie. It's just
it's so fun to watch some woman try to kill a baby for an hour and a half.
She doesn't succeed. It's the journey, man. It's the adventure. Come on, man. We were children at one time,
And then like the whole fucking side plot of like Val Kilmer trying to bang that chick. Like,
hey, he ended up marrying that broad in real life, so you didn't know that, dude. What do you know? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I know I have 2 dogs that are just staring at me, whining right now.
Dude, I had to put Cheswick in the kennel because he was starting to snore, and he was like right next to me. And you know how pugs snore pretty loud.
I was gonna say he doesn't have a nose, Zach.
That's odd because he sniffs everything. But
God said, you know what? I like this dog. Let's not give him a nose.
He never smiles either. He always has a frown on his face.
That's what pugs fucking sound like.
Yeah.
Those are all my notes. I don't know.
The only one I was going to bring because I had Spinal Tap like you, but I also had The Last Picture Show. Literally, it's a 180. Like the Last Picture Show is a pretty. It's quite the downer, So
it is.
But for some odd reason,
And why is it in black and white? Like,
well, I don't know. It's probably just that. Probably just the dividing line between old and new cinema. I don't know. The late 60s Renaissance kind of was starting to spill over in the 70s, and I know
isn't it directed by
Peter Bogdanovich? I mean, he liked the old school Howard Hawks, John Ford movies where the line wasn't so blurred, but since cinema was heading in a different direction, he decided to make a really realistic depiction of. I mean, he wasn't from Texas, so I'm not exactly sure why he picked that story, but I mean, it is. And as an adult, because I remember seeing it when I was in the service, and I just remember it being really depressing. And the whole reason I put it on the list was because I saw it on a lot of other people's greatest 70s. I was like, I mean, it was pretty good. I'll put it on the list. I'll revisit it. And then, it was pretty uncomfortable because those kids were young in that movie. It's kind of uncomfortable. Some of the scenes are a little off-putting,
It's off-putting. And that just reminds me of Zach Galifianakis, 2 Ferns with Jennifer Lawrence. You should be off-putting. He's fat. I mean, we had it at 9, which I think is high. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is high. Which I mean, I should have.
It's
I
just
don't
like
know.
your favorite movie, American Five Goes West or whatever, American Tail.
American Graffiti, motherfucker. That's a great. That's another movie you need to revisit.
Maybe
Another.
that's what I need to visit.
Yeah,
I think I watched that movie on an airplane.
that's not ideal. Not
I can't
ideal.
remember. I think I was flying to Alaska. I was flying somewhere. I don't go on a lot of planes, Zach.
Yeah.
Um,
Bad idea.
yeah, the last picture show. Yeah, pretty depressing, right? But Escape from
Granted, and
Alcatraz.
I wouldn't have put it any higher. I probably would have put it ahead of The Long Goodbye, but I don't like that movie.
No
So
way,
yeah,
Zach.
it
You're
is.
just
It's just a
being
better movie.
argumentative.
I wouldn't have put it any higher than that. But then the last piece of notes that I wrote was the 70s episode. I liked the episode and I liked the list, but that was
Yeah.
the farthest. My original list and the final list were pretty far off from
Oh, really?
each other. Yeah, because I kind of like I mentioned in the episode, I believe, but
Well, I think you had
I didn't have the
Cuckoo's Nest at 1, right?
yeah, I didn't have the Godfather in the top 3 until like
Oh
my
my
4th
God.
revision or something, and then I finally put it at 1
Yeah.
to accommodate
Thank
for
you.
your jive ass. So
To accommodate American cinema.
no, it's not right. Well, I've told you before why I don't think it's one of the greatest ever made. It's because I don't like the Sicily sequences. I fast
You don't like
forward
the
or I
underage woman taking her top
no,
off?
I don't.
Weird.
But
Yeah.
well, like I said, the story that's when it turns into Michael's story, and I like the family because that's what
Yeah.
it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the family. But once
Michael, why don't you tell that girl you love her?
at the top of my heart, I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to die.
I mean, just to recap the 70s for those listening, this is one of the best fucking pods
Decades ever.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and lineups we have here. Godfather 1, Chinatown 2, Godfather 2, number 3.
You're not supposed to tell them the ranking, bro. You're not supposed to spoil it. They're
Okay,
going to cheat and just
Jaws
open
at
it up.
5. I mean, we could almost revisit, but I mean, what are you going to put it above?
I had my original one was Cuckoo's Nest at 1, The Sting at 2, Godfather at 3.
What are we doing in this world?
Jaws at 4. No. Chinatown was at 4. Chinatown was at 4. Godfather was at 5.
Oh my God.
Jaws was at 5, and then I think Part 2 was at 6. It was Cuckoo's Nest, The Sting, The Godfather, Chinatown, Jaws, Part 2.
Erroneous on all accounts. I think that's a Vince Vaughn quote. I just can't remember the movie.
That's Wedding Crashers, bro.
I think we nailed the bottom 4, but I mean, top 6 not interchangeable, but oh my God, I can't believe I'm even saying this. I get what you were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Godfather and Godfather 2 are easily recognizable as 2 of the greatest American cinema in the history of movies.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it, but
yeah, I was waiting for you to.
Doesn't mean
I know you love Cuckoos and I love Chinatown. That was a really good pod. I think we had a really good discussion there. I think we had a great debate, honestly. Like once we got to the top 5 with Jaws, Cuckoos, Godfather 2 and 1, and Chinatown. So if you haven't listened to that one, give that one a listen. I think Hitchcock, we both agree, was the one that we felt just flowed the best and was kind of our best pod now that we were kind of in the rhythm of things and we knew how our format was going to flow and everything. But I think the 70s one, I mean, obviously you're looking at 10 great movies here. And, we introduced a couple that I don't think a lot of people have seen, like The Long Goodbye, like The Last Picture Show, like Network. I mean, Network is known as a great movie, but I don't think a lot of people under the age of 40 have seen it, under the age of 50, maybe.
Yeah. But then, I haven't.
And that's kind of a hard watch, actually, sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I do, and I do it at work. So for whoever listens to this, any boss of mine that's listening, I'm sorry, I listen to movie clips at
I
work.
was literally just gonna say, oh my god, I hope no one from
They'll,
Duncan Aviation listens.
they'll forgive me for it because they're only 3-minute skits. I always listen to all of William Holden's scenes from Network because they're
Oh yeah,
fucking
fucking classic,
incredible,
dude.
man. I love them, and ever since I saw Sunset Boulevard, I've always been a William Holden fan. So
It's like that's like me. Sometimes I just fire up the scene between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat.
yeah,
What are
you
you, a
can't go
monk?
wrong with it.
What are you, a
Yeah.
monk? I have a woman.
I have
I tell her I'm a salesman.
a book about metals. Where are you from, Jaaron? Bay Area.
In the Bay Area. I'm Scots Irish, immigrated to Appalachia. How about you? Bay. Lady, why are you so interested in what I read and what I do?
Yeah, that's probably a pretty big red flag, wouldn't you say?
I know all about red flags. That's not even the scene I was talking about, though.
I know. But yeah, Jaren,
because they got 8-ball hemorrhages.
Yeah, I have a dream where I'm drowning. I gotta wake myself up, otherwise I'll die in my sleep.
You know what that's about?
Yeah, not enough time to do.
Enough time.
To do what you want to do.
You doing it now? No, I'm not yet. God damn, that's a fucking great scene. Okay, anybody who has not seen Heat, just go to YouTube. Heat, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, the diner scene, fucking classic.
Let's be fair. If they haven't seen Heat, I don't know if they should be listening to the podcast.
Wow, thank you. That's high praise from Zach Zokol from my favorite movie, Heat. Thank you.
Damn it, what did you say? You said that in one of the episodes, and I can't remember what movie it was about, but you dude, if I had this lower than 4, I don't know if I should be doing a podcast. I think
Super Troopers.
Damn it. No, that shouldn't even be on the list. I think it was the Malcolm X and Glory. It was in the Denzel pod. Because I remember saying, well, if you haven't seen them, I was kind of worried you're going to have them at 9 and 10 just because you hadn't seen them.
Oh, Christ. I mean, come on.
When you watched them, I was kind of worried that you wouldn't, I don't know. I didn't know if you were going to like them or not. And then, you were like,
again, we could have switched Man on Fire and Out of Time. It's fine.
Shit.
Out of Time.
Get the
movie, man. Dean Cain.
It's so dumb, dude. That's like the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It was one of the worst movies we've ever covered on the Average Jives.
Eva Mendes, just sweating all the time in the Miami Heat. Excellent. How can you? Yeah.
I mean, dude, I enjoyed certain parts of the movie, but I didn't like it as a whole, So.
Well, I think when we talked about it, it's like he's always one step ahead. Like the storyline, the plot's just like Denzel's just going to be one step ahead of everybody else, which doesn't usually happen in real life. But well, shit. I mean, that's all my notes. Season 1. That's
all I got.
2025 Average Jives.
Yeah, man. Well,
I mean, I think the listeners, Tony Cox, you're a good friend. We'll listen to this. I don't know if we'll listen to all 50 minutes of it, but
yeah, I don't know. Tony Maximus. I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if he's listened to him in a while. He hasn't brought him up, so.
I know. I'll hit him up on his MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace. Yeah.
Friendster.
Yeah, we brought up Tony in the pod. We brought up Luke Mensel a few times. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to all these. I think you brought up Matt Havlett once, Adrian Stauffer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have no friends, so nobody.
I mean, you don't live in Nebraska anymore, dude. You know what I mean? So.
My boss, I've mentioned John Corcoran 100 times, and I've never said his name. I don't think he listens to it because he's old. But
yeah, but trust me, we appreciate the feedback. Don't be afraid to talk shit because usually one of us is right. So that's usually if people usually have an issue with something one of us said, the other one's like, oh yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with you. JJ's an idiot. So
yeah, no, and like Zach just said, we appreciate our listeners. We have some old school friends that are kind of our meat and potatoes, I guess, if you want to use that metaphor. But yeah, give us a shout out, comment, like just comment. Let us know if you have our cell phone numbers. Reach out to us directly, and we'll quote you in the comments so you can be put on blast. Like,
Yeah.
we're putting this on the internet, so you deserve to be put on the internet too.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to start recording in end of
February? What you
February
said?
next month. Yeah, close to the end
Yeah.
of February, and then we'll start releasing episodes in May. So
Right after my birthday or your
yeah,
birthday.
yeah, because yours is the 13th, mine's the 8th. So
Yeah, yours is the 32nd.
the 32nd.
Shit, and February's coming up soon, so shit.
Yeah,
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy 4th of July to everyone. Happy New Year.
kiss my ass, kiss his
Kiss
ass,
his ass.
kiss your ass.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
I just mentioned this the other day because I work in a hotel, so everybody was saying Happy New Year on like December 27th.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, we're 5 days away, and it just reminds me of a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. I think it is. No, it's Seinfeld, which you've never seen. He's like, someone told me Happy New Year's the other day. It's like February 2nd. What the fuck? If you're out there and you're listening, don't say Happy New Year's anymore. It's fucking January 8th when we're recording this. It's already a new year. And what are we really celebrating? We're celebrating this Earth going around the sun. It's dumb.
Yeah,
I think New Year's is a dumb holiday, but that's just me.
it's a calendar. It's a calendar thing. So, but
which calendar? Mayan?
it's a made-up word used to trick students.
Well, thank you all for listening. Zach, do you have any last thoughts?
Nope, just we'll see you guys in May. Oh, I mean, because I think Jaaron over there is talking about doing a solo Seinfeld pod, and I think I might do another solo pod before the season starts. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Cut. That's a wrap. Fuck.
All right. We'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you later, Jaaron.
Yes, sir. Season 1 in the books.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Wrap. It's a wrap. Come back tomorrow. Fuck.